Hey up, we're back once again. Good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good morning.
What it do?
How it do, what it be. Do you know what it be, guys?
What it be?
What it be?
What do it be? It was? It was Tomorrowland.
It was.
And it was a great time.
It was a great time.
It sure was.
In retrospect.
How are we all doing today? All good?
Yeah.
How's your cold, Raz?
You know, I'm on the other end now, I think.
Yeah.
I've still got like a very annoying cough.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're familiar.
Your cough in particular is very annoying.
No, you know what, mate? It's been very...
God,
oh my
your
God.
cough is annoying.
It's been very phlegmy.
Mine popped up again for a day. It had like an extra day added due to phenomenal demand.
Reporting.
The second encore.
Literally, it came back out. It was like silly billies, and it came back out for one day.
Nice.
I've had quite a stressful day today.
Oh.
Yeah.
How come, mate?
I've just been getting stressed in my own head.
Don't
I'm fine.
Hey, I'll tell you what, we try not doing that.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Good
It's
advice.
as simple as that, you know.
What has been stressing me out? I just haven't really been able to get into
You're a
editing.
record player?
Not really. I kind of...
He doesn't get on well with technology.
No.
Excuse you.
Danny White.
I'm
wait,
not
hold on.
Danny White.
Wait. Oh, it's Rob, not Danny White.
Yeah, of course it is. So this morning, I was like, right, let's get the fucking vinyls back on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to love listening to vinyl, and we just don't do it anymore. We've always got the home pedal.
What's a home pedal?
Home pedal. It's you when you're at home. We've always got the home pod on. Anyway, so I went to fucking put it on Monday, yesterday, and it's not working. The amp's not working.
Brilliant.
My fucking £20 amp from Amazon
You're joking.
only lasted for 3 years. So, same day, a new amp on Amazon.
Same day.
Same day, mate.
Yeah, sometimes.
What time you
It
order
was
it?
still like 12 hours later than I ordered it, but
Right.
I ordered it at like 8:39 a.m. and it
Yeah,
arrived
man.
at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's like 10
God,
p.m. to the
what a
cut-off.
world.
We're living in the future, mate. So then I was like, awesome. Wired the amp up. But I was like, God, it's fucking messy. All this cable in here is atrocious. I'd just like to tell you that, like, if I was Danny, I'd be saying, put your phone down.
I'm
But I
paying
know
for
you're
my
paying for your
parking,
parking.
yeah.
The thing is, what I've done is I've connected the dots. I didn't even need to ask. And I think if you're using your phone, there's going to be a good reason for it. And I'm certainly not going to pull you up on that, fellas. I want you to know.
Yeah, it's done now.
When this is my ship, it's a comfortable ship. I want everyone to be level and everyone to be happy, right?
And you know what? Had you not have said anything, just now the phone's gone down.
Exactly.
No one had
I just
noticed.
wanted to, illustrate that this is a safe space we're in now.
Right.
So anyway,
Anyway,
Fucking
what
about
were you
with-
stressed about, you fucking dickhead?
fucking about with cables, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Loads of cables, everything that's been there for 4 years now almost.
Yeah.
All
Cobwebs, spiders.
Atrocious. Fucking terrible. And anyway, got the record player out. Guess what? We broke it at Trees. So did loads of tidying up, loads of rewiring and stuff. You'll see there's a new amp mounted underneath on the Kallax. Like, looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it does look great.
We've got a new turntable arriving tomorrow, so we
Nice.
can. So that was stressful. And
Same
then,
one?
No, same as yours, but silver.
Oh,
Yeah, push
that's
the boat out.
interesting.
It
You'll
was hard to find a silver one.
Yeah, you'll be really annoyed at having to like manually put the needle down.
Oh, that is annoying.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck's
rather
sake.
than just hitting the button.
Oh, the button's good.
It's a bit more.
Could have told us that.
I think it's the same as yours.
Yeah. You're a bit more in touch with the music because you actually get to
That's it, man. I want to be
let
that
the,
guy.
Let the
you know?
needle drop.
I want to be
Yeah,
that
but it's
guy.
more
I'm like
smooth,
Anthony
just going.
Fantano.
Yeah.
And then walking away while it plays.
I'm walking away.
What else have you been stressed about?
So I've just struggled editing today.
Yeah.
I've been on a roll, as you know, as the viewers have seen. That's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
But well, not strictly that, but we're here to talk about Tomorrowland. But yeah, so what have I got to do at the minute? I've got tram lines to do, and I've got that three festival thing to do. And I've tried starting both of them, and it's just like creative block. It just happens. But it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's like I could be doing it now, but my brain's like, no.
Nah.
So I started the thumbnail for some of them. And I got some other stuff done. The Leeds video's looking great. The stuff
Intro.
I've done so far.
Cool.
I've just added an animation of the Clio and the Freelander, like driving past the thing I showed you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
anyway.
I'll have to source the vehicle again. That's good to know.
So this is so I was like, fuck, I need a picture of a 2004 5-door Renault Clio. So I type it into Google, and there's a few. I'm like, oh, I need blue.
Yeah.
Type it in blue. I find the perfect picture on Google Images. It's one I took of you with the car.
That's brilliant.
It's the thumbnail of the, you know, the Doug that we did.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, literally the exact car I needed.
Yeah.
The exact VIN. How have you been? Choc, you all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
And sport to you.
Yeah, I'm good. Just a bit drained since we've been back, you know.
Can I just say, you look a little slender. You're looking a little more slender than usual.
Let me show you.
Maybe is the beard a bit bigger? That's.
Yeah, the beard's messy. The beard's messy.
I think it's a strong look. You
Gonna
know.
go to the
Listeners, if you can hear.
Hey, Choc, just rub your beard against it. They might. See, that sounds quite thick, that, man.
Yeah. No, I'm going to the barber's tomorrow to get it sorted anyway.
Cool.
But yeah, other than that, it's just since we've been back, just a little bit drained.
Nothing's been the same, eh?
No.
You start to look at the world differently.
Yeah. Everything's a lot less colourful.
I would love to go back. And obviously, you know, we're speaking to 4 people at this table who are firmly now the EDM squad.
Yeah.
And I look forward to keeping it.
God, I love
going
electronic
forward.
disco music.
Oh, that electronic disco music.
But you're all good, Choc?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Yeah. Thanks for popping over. I know that it's
anytime.
yeah, you're top boy. Right then, so Tomorrowland video.
Tomorrowland video.
We'll talk about the video first as opposed to the experience because
Yeah.
it's my podcast. I'll do what I fucking want. We got an absolute hit on our hands with it, to be fair.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be
great.
that well received.
Has it done 200,000?
No, I thought it'd do well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I thought it'd be like
I didn't think it had topped Glastonbury though.
No.
no.
And it's
you know
currently
what?
sat on 210,000 views in just over 2 days.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's
you know.
not bad.
At one point, it was just going up and up every hour.
It was interesting, like, me and Rob were talking, how, like, 1 minute it'd be, like, 3,000 above Glasgow, and then you'd look, like, 10 minutes later, and somehow Glasgow's overtook. It's, like, really weird
was proper,
parameters of
like,
it all.
yeah.
But,
You're welcome, Eastpack.
Absolutely.
Surpassed expectations, all right, didn't it?
Built to resist.
Built to resist.
Built to resist.
Yeah, so yesterday as I was looking and it was getting like 8,000 views an hour whenever we were talking about that, Vals, and I don't know what time that was, maybe around this time, maybe like 8, 9 p.m, maybe later.
Good to know what you do with your time, my boys. Just command our...
Mate, it's fucking,
Refresh.
honestly, it's at the home base here, it's all hands on deck, all time.
gotta be on
all
it.
times. Yeah, it was getting like 8,000 an hour, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in its like 38th hour, that is quite good.
When we first started going to Leeds Fest, you were impressed with 20,000 views.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mad.
yeah. We'd be like when the B-sides will come out, when the main video hits 10K,
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
wow. So I was kind of getting excited because I was like, think about Coachella and how that ran off. We're like, fucking hell. We could do that.
That ran off on the third day, though, didn't it?
It did, yeah, and I'm very aware of that. But if we could do that again,
I was
just
looking
prove that like we just
not
prove
one-hit
that we're not a
wonder.
one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be like the Lil Nas X of the YouTube world. Like everyone thought just a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You think we've been asleep all this time? What power? And then he comes out with Montero, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
God, that's all you need, innit? Just that second single.
Yeah.
No one talks about two-hit wonders,
There's
does it?
not too many two-hit
Hey, if
wonders
you've got
out
a
there.
second single, I think nowadays that justifies you being a Leeds Fest headliner, to be honest with you.
Very true. That's a great bit of satirical commentary.
We're not
there.
here to talk about Leeds Festival.
Tomorrowland. How did we come about going to Tomorrowland? I'm sure I was probably the one shouting about it, but I can't guarantee that.
It came about because everyone in the fucking comments was telling us to go.
Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were looking for new festivals to do, and that one kept popping up a lot. And we thought, is it doable? And by gosh, it was doable.
Yeah.
Then we locked in the last year travel squad, and we.
It's interesting because it was a 2-week. So there's a week 1 and there's a week 2, like Coachella, and
Yeah, we had to
it was
prioritize.
one of
right?
those where, because me, Rob, and Raz sat down at the start of the year, we're like planning out the festivals, whatever, and it's kind of changed since then. But we're trying to work out what was best, and there was this weekend, the Tomorrowland weekend. Where it's like, God, we really want to do like Why Not or something like that. And then we realized Tomorrowland was a 2-weekend thing. It was like, oh shit, maybe we should just do that instead. And we kind of just bit the bullet with it.
I think this is the exercise that has proven beyond all doubt that like new experiences are the one.
Yeah.
And we booked this I think I booked this, which is quite rare. And I must have really wanted to do it if I'd have done that, because normally I'd just.
I think you just found
like.
I think because it was sold out and because we got kicked back so hard for the accreditation.
Oh, that was it, wasn't it? They said no to us.
No, they didn't just say no. They said pretty much go fuck yourself.
Did they really?
Was that?
That was the really rude one.
No, that was Burning Man.
That was Burning Man. That was.
Oh, was it?
Burning
Yeah.
Man was the one where it was not interested. Warm regards.
Oh yeah,
the cold shoulder.
Yeah, of course. Warm regards.
Burning Man, innit? But
oh, maybe we didn't hear back from him at all then. Maybe I just made that up.
Well,
but it's a better story, innit, for the
it
podcast.
It sure is. But it's one of them where I'm so glad we got it locked in early, because it's one that would be so easy to have forgotten about as the years rolls on and the months ramp up, and you know, kind of like the situation we're in now, where it's like, right, are we off to Puckle-Pop? Yeah, we think we're all going. Maybe you're not. Maybe we're not now.
We knew it was happening, but we didn't know who was going and how it was going to happen.
It was so nice to,
and because it was sold out as well.
Like looking back on how fucking sick it was, I'm so glad we went.
Yeah.
Because we'd never been, and because we didn't know anyone on the lineup.
Yeah, that was.
If we'd have missed it, we'd have been like, whatever. It don't really matter.
Yeah.
When what we've actually learned is to pay a bit more mind to those ones like
prioritize
that.
the new shit.
Yeah.
We only got that package as well because it was sold out. We got that package through that travel company because it was sold out. And I'm so glad we got that exact package.
I would get that same exact one again.
I think that's the way to do it, to be honest with you.
Because the normal camping, it just wouldn't have had the same, like, there's just a little bit something there. There's something different again.
They wouldn't have had any tables, I don't think.
Just squares. Yeah, you know what? That's a $2,000 bit of content right there.
God, they fucking
the rhombus alone.
There's something about just getting there. It's already set up. You can sling your shit in there and then go straight out.
It's just one of those where when we're traveling and we had the journey that we did, it just makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
You know, we've recently found out you can take tents on planes and on hand luggage. We have found that out.
Recently as last night, we found that out.
You can't take your pegs, of course, surely.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able
I don't
to.
see why not.
The metal pegs.
They're not sharp though, are they?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
In the context of a tent, I think they'd be fine.
Can you take your car keys? Are they sharp?
If you would, I mean, think of it this way. I take on flights a penknife sometimes.
It took
I take a parabellum.
My multi-tool got took off me.
It did, you know. We just copped another one of them.
Yeah, we have. I should have. Where is it?
Might be in the post box.
Yeah.
So let's get a little granular, but I don't think we need to get too granular because there's probably so much top level stuff to talk about. But we kind of fucked up, didn't we? As soon as we got to
the airport.
Yes.
Now it wasn't
Brussels.
that we arrived at the wrong airport. We had booked this airport.
Public service announcement. Brussels has 2 airports. And I know what you're thinking. It's like saying London has 5. It doesn't really. This airport was nowhere near Brussels.
Nope.
It was called Brussels
Charleroi.
Charleroi, yeah.
It's the cheap one that Ryanair fly to because it's cheaper for them because the Brussels one is probably expensive.
But it's not cheaper for us because guess how much it costs to get from that airport to Brussels.
It's that same bullshit of like, okay, so you pay for the cheaper flight, but you're going to end up paying more anyway because of the taxi and because of the public transport.
We even looked for a train or something as like another way to get from the airport, and it was just as expensive.
It's that same thing of like, oh, should we book a city centre hotel for like 300 quid, or should we spend 100 quid on
staying in fucking East Kilbride?
Yeah, and then paying 50 quid a go on Ubers and end up paying the same, but you've got all the inconvenience.
And that's why I was because me and Jake are flying back to Brussels for the love of fucking God in a few weeks. And that's why I was saying to you, Raz, for the listener and viewers' sake, like, what's the total cost going to be? Because, like, I don't because that's the way to think. Because I never think about things like what's the most cost effective all around. I'm like, what's the cheapest hotel? Yeah. Book that. Yeah. Don't matter if it's 100 quid to get there. When in reality, there might be a better way to do it. Middle ground.
Yeah, Amsterdam in particular is bad for that.
Yeah.
So like you might spend 500 quid for like a hotel room for weekend.
You can fly to Amsterdam for 12 quid, not a fucking problem.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Yeah. But if you get a shit one like we did the other week, 100 quid Uber each time you want to go in and out. So
Other week.
Wait, when was
Literally like 3 months ago.
It was May, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, 12 weeks isn't the other week.
Technically, it is an other week.
Yep.
The week.
Okay, I guess.
When we got the taxi from the Brussels airport, I remember I was like actively like worried.
Yeah.
And I don't really...
Wasn't it like 10 whatever?
It was 10 cents
So
per
I'm in the
second.
front and I'm looking at the meter.
The meter.
And it was at its worst, because I was counting, it was 20 cents a second.
Yeah. It was
It
And I
was
was
so
trying to
dumb.
calculate, like, I was like, right.
You were
okay.
like 45 to 50 minutes away from...
Valley was doing the calculation. He was like,
yeah,
like,
I did
okay,
as well.
so
I texted it to us.
Yeah.
I was focusing on the guy on FaceTime while we were driving.
Yeah.
He was probably
With another
buzzing.
driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were both driving, FaceTiming each other, and he probably were buzzing. He was like, yeah, look at this. Look at my thing going up every second.
Yeah, it was.
So overall, 215 euros later, we got to the hotel.
But
Hotel was nice.
again, you got to think about it per person
Yeah.
and per the not fucking about. Because yeah, we could have got the train, and how long would that have took us?
Especially at that time as well, because it was pretty...
If it's like
pretty
200
late, I think.
quid, let's just talk like GBP.
Yeah.
If it's like 200 quid and it's between four of you, would you pay 50 quid to get to your hotel right, like as efficiently as possible?
Yeah.
You probably would, you know, like
Yeah.
given the situation, you'd be like, yeah, I'll just fucking pay it.
Yeah, it was.
But it was annoying.
It was a tall order, and I think one of the mistakes that maybe we made is we didn't say how much it's going to be before we got in.
Yeah,
Now-
just give us an estimate. Like,
Yeah, like, because if he does that and he's like 150 or something, then you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
kind of hold him to that. But because we didn't, I felt like he probably thought these guys don't give a fuck. Like, I've got these guys.
I mean, there is one of those things where you can have like different tariffs on a on a machine, can't you? Where it like ups the price. At
yeah, and I saw him change the tariff,
Yeah,
and
I saw him
I was
change it
like,
as
is he
well.
just doubling it?
and,
Because
and we were like, it was just like, I was just thinking, it was all happening in real time. Like, we haven't asked him, I haven't asked him
Yeah,
how much it's going to
yeah.
be, and now I'm in the taxi, and now
And
we're
I tell-
actually
and I
more,
tell
we're
you
moving
what-
now, and now it's going up, and it's too
and
late.
I'll be fucked if I'm going to ask him if no one else is.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be the
absolutely.
one
I'm
that
sure
looks
we're all
worried.
thinking that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the fucking headline act was the Tomorrowland. And I know they ain't paid for it, but fucking hell, I love those East Pack bags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I know this podcast doesn't have a sponsor yet,
Yeah, it's
but like, so this is not sponsored, but just legitimately, those bags were great.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I was just thinking of getting that out of the taxi. And because it's got wheels, man, fucking hell. Not a taxi, the bag.
Oh, the taxi on wheels.
Taxi probably did. I don't recall them, but God, they were great. Slinging them into the room. I was fucked. My ears were popped from the flight. I felt like shit, and I just needed an early night. And I got one, to be fair.
Yeah.
Me and
You-
Jake watched some wrestling
Yeah.
and the women's football.
Yeah, we had a Burger King.
We did
You,
have a
you
Burger
guys
King
had,
as
had a
well, yeah.
Domino's.
Domino's.
Not a bad hotel either, really.
It literally did the job.
Yeah,
It had like a shoe shining machine in
Downstairs.
the
PSP.
lobby.
Do you remember the?
Yeah, the
do you
PSP.
remember the lift for these two when we were going down the
Oh,
stairs?
yeah, boys, man.
Oh my god, what is it? What is it with European lifts, man?
Yeah,
Like,
terrible.
They're
I
rickety
I
as
get.
shit.
Okay, I actually just think about it for 2 seconds. It's an old building.
Yeah,
They probably just went, yeah, we'll shove a lift in there.
true.
It's tight as fuck.
Literally could see the brickwork as you were like moving
There's
down.
not worse than a lift where you have to like manually close the door
Yeah.
It's
behind
like
you.
what they had on the Titanic.
Yeah.
And look what happened there.
Arguably, I think theirs was a little bit better.
Did you hear about that guy who wanted to build Titanic 2?
I was literally
I
watching
mean,
a
it's
video
literally
about
getting
that.
built.
The
What?
Australian billionaire, innit?
It's literally getting built.
We watch the same things.
Was it the JonTron that you watched?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd watched JonTron.
Yeah.
You know, he's designed the skin for the
Raid.
Knight in Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, yeah.
You can
I
use
love
JT skin.
I love
the
Red Shadow
code to,
Legends, man. I love them.
Yeah.
What's your favorite champion?
Me.
Do you know what I
Love Red Shadow Legends as well.
I enjoyed doing the Raid advert because of the Tomorrowland vid. Because of the way I did that, I had a full day. Because normally it's like, right, I've done everything. Now I need to do the ad read. Whereas I could do that ad read at the start of what was otherwise going to be an empty day.
Yeah.
So I had more fun doing it.
Yeah.
And normally I kind of resent doing them a bit, and not that kind of sounds bad, but it's like when it's something that like, you know, when we did the Manscaped one, the first ever one, and it's like, oh, Dan could have just done this.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, Mary with the upcoming one could just do this. It's like, oh, I've got to do this as well. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing
little
it.
spoiler for all you listeners there for
Upcoming ad read,
sponsor.
Mary and Dan. But yeah, I enjoyed doing that. They've not sponsored this podcast. But
You want to make that very, very clear, right?
I'll tell you what was annoying.
Go on.
Just swiftly moving on. So I got the flight to not the wrong airport, but big old Uber to the hotel. Nice sleep. All right, hotel. Wake up. Another hour Uber to the event. And it could
not even to the event, was it?
Yeah,
No, it
and the taxi couldn't even get anywhere close to the
tell
event.
you what,
like maybe a half-hour walk, but I know what you're gonna mention.
You already know.
That poor guy, man.
We got our money's worth by watching him take the skirt straight off his car.
God, that was so
I got
dumb.
the money when I saw him trying to put it in his fucking boot. Like, mate, come on, think about it.
There was a moment where he looked at it and I thought he was just going to snap it in half and try and fit it in that way.
Yeah.
He was basically just trying to go up a bit of a... Just a slight
He totally
incline,
misjudged
was all.
that.
Too quick, and he misjudged it, didn't he? As he did a
Did
U-turn.
he go over like a rock?
I think there
that's
was
what-
some right
But
rocks going
you know
around
what?
there,
Credit
yeah.
to the guy. He like laughed it off.
Yeah.
He laughed
and,
it off.
And like you could, I feel like a lot of other Uber drivers would have been like almost. I felt almost like he's about to blame us here,
Yeah.
like saying, "Oh, what?
Tell
like,
us to fuck off. And
yeah,
shit.
like oh, I shouldn't be around here. Like oh, like,
Yeah.
look what you've made me do." But like immediately it was just like fuck it, like who cares?
Yeah. The only downside to that experience was that we got out the thing, went right. Where the fuck are we?
Yeah.
We looked around and
Yeah,
went.
I think he was almost willing to keep
to be
keep
fair,
finding
though,
where we needed to go until that
I
happened.
think there might have been some user error on our behalf
You're joking.
because
Sure,
technically where
no.
we were, we just had to go to the other side of that fence, and we didn't really look to see if there was a gap.
Yeah, but there weren't any signs. You think?
No, there wasn't
I read
any
online
signs.
that it wasn't well signposted.
No, it wasn't. No,
and it really wasn't.
I looked at a sign that said festival and an arrow pointing one way.
It was pointing the wrong way.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Well,
away from the festival.
And then Jake was like, no, it's this way. I was like, I'm looking at an arrow that's clearly saying
go that
left
way.
or whatever. I'm like, no, it's right. I'm fucking brilliant.
You don't know your left and rights,
You
though.
should do
No,
the
but I was right. It was bad
Yeah,
that
it
one,
was
wasn't it?
bad, that,
I am
yeah.
bad with my left and rights.
It was one of those signs where, just because of the angle it was at, if you looked at it, you'd have been like, yeah, it's definitely left. But I think because of the way they placed it, it was a slight 45-degree angle. It could be misstrued as just like
slight 45 degree. How can you have slight 45 degree?
because it's like 33. No, 43. I fucked it.
Slight
Shut up.
45 degree.
Anyway,
Got to the festival.
got to the
I
festival.
really enjoyed that walk.
Yeah, it was nice
from
walk,
the
yeah.
taxi thing to the festival
It
because
was
we
a-
were kind of this. It was
Had a beer?
like it was a bit of discovery. It was. We knew we weren't too far away because there was signage.
It
There
was
there
a
were
weird
flags.
location, wasn't it? Like
It was pleasant. It was clean. it
All
was
the
a nice
houses of the
had the
neighborhood
flags.
had the flag. So I can only, I don't know much about Boom, which is where Tomorrowland is, but I don't really think there's much going on there each year apart from
two
Tomorrowland.
massive EDM.
No, that's what I mean. Apart from that, there's probably nothing else going on. That's why
What
it
more
seemed
could
like
they have,
no,
though?
of course, but it seemed like the entire community because every house had a flag
I
like out
wonder-
the window.
That will be why people move there.
Yeah.
For Tomorrowland.
I
Yeah.
wonder if when they're putting the festival on, they send maybe the residents like a,
Oh,
a
100%.
flag
They'll-
and maybe a ticket to say, hey,
Oh, 100%.
put this in your window. You could come to the festival.
Yeah,
well, they'll
100%.
definitely get tickets, and they'll probably get like a little care package as well.
And there were some decent houses there as well, man. So it's
It
like,
was a nice end.
every house that we walked past that had the flag up, I was like, "Oh, they like it, they like
Yeah.
it, they like it," and then there'd be one without it, and I'd be like,
God, miserable
"Pricks,
bastards.
miserable, boring." You know, they're probably retired and like moved out there many years ago before the festival existed, and like wanted to slow down.
It was just so easy though. Like as soon as we got there,
I'll tell you why it was easy though, because we had wheels.
was it that did help, but like there
It
was
was.
no substantial queue anywhere all weekend.
Yeah.
Like even like in the communal area, just as you go
Yeah.
into the Dreamville campsite and there's the bit with the barbecue
Yeah.
and the swings, that was never busy.
Nope.
The busiest you saw was like the bar in the middle of the day.
Tell you what as
and
well.
even the bar at the Gathering. was
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I
that's
mean,
true.
you know, if that's the worst it's going to get, there was no queue to actually get in. There was no queue to get to
Also,
your tent. There was
literally
nothing.
zero mud. It was literally all that campsite was like hardwood flooring.
It was, wasn't it?
That's mental.
Best
Great.
organised festival
It
I've
was
ever
excellent.
been to.
Just and as we were walking through Juneville, so Juneville's obviously like the camping area. Just the attention to detail as we were walking through,
Some of the structures, like
it was mad.
like when you go through to like register for like,
like
your
they
tent
didn't
and
need to
stuff like
have those towers that every like 10 seconds spat out some fire at night.
Yeah.
They didn't need that. But guess what? They had fucking 10 of them all along the fucking thing, didn't they?
Yeah, it's that thing that it just builds the world, doesn't it? And you
Yeah.
believe in the world, and like, whereas that on its own, so I can imagine making that, installing that,
Yeah.
coming up with it and putting it there myself, and like you'd just be telling yourself like it's not worth it just for this
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
But like as part of another 1,000 things, it all plays like an even part in just making you feel like you're in somewhere special.
A great example of that was the bins. The bins could have just been
Yeah.
bog standard like oil drums or something like that. Nah, they were like these.
Luxury toilet looking.
Well,
like
Yeah, they
Yeah,
look like,
they did.
but like, you know, they'd been specifically made for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, what you got to remember for that storyline as well, because each year Tomorrowland has a different storyline.
Yeah, it has a different like aesthetic.
Yeah, so like those ones had been made just for those 2 weekends, and now they'll probably. Well, I don't know what will happen to them, but it's
Being
just you know, just the attention to detail is
It
brilliant.
really was.
They'll have gone the same way as the rhombus, I reckon.
Yeah. They
square.
the main stage this year, I think we got quite lucky because a couple of
was
years ago it
spectacular.
looked pretty shite from the pictures. I'm sure it was quite.
Yeah, I should have seen the one in 2006, man. God, made no effort whatsoever.
Hey, you had to be there. That was what it was about, the music.
I saw a vlog of that yesterday.
Really?
It's not so much a vlog, but it's like a
Shaky
it's
cam.
like video
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like that event and showing what it's like and stuff.
Wow.
And
That's great.
yeah, it's
Come a long
it is
way.
mad.
Shit.
But I think I've looked at a few of the stages, and I think that one a bit
Very
biased.
good.
Obviously, only when I've seen him in the flesh. But we
We
got
spoke to someone
lucky
else
with
at the weekend, and they said it was the best one they'd seen as well.
I
So.
loved the waterfalls. Like little waterfalls on the fucking stage.
Yeah.
God,
fucking
it was
mental.
amazing, wasn't
It
it?
was
Yeah.
amazing. It just the build up though was a bit lackluster, weren't it? Because we were we didn't know what to expect when we got there. We saw the main
Yeah.
stage and we said, "This is incredible." And we got told like, "Oh, you got to go to the opening ceremony.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, the
it's
opening
amazing."
Yeah.
So all in our heads, I think we
Oh,
collectively were
the
just
gathering.
Like, yeah.
No,
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 the
oh,
opening
gathering.
ceremony.
The
Oh, the
opening
opening,
ceremony.
yeah. Oh,
we
yeah,
saw the main stage before the ceremony,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
went, "This is great. This
It
already
felt
looks
like
good."
that was a bit too late in the day. It was at like 5 or
Yeah.
6 p.m. So like there's already been a few artists on. Like I'd expect that. Like I'd expect a big event like the first maybe.
Yeah, I would expect things like what the opening ceremony was. Maybe like every 6 hours.
I disagree. What you saying? You thought it was too late. I thought it was too early. I think they had to do that at like 8 at night
Oh,
or
maybe,
something
yeah.
like that, where it's pitch black. You think of when we were at Glastonbury and they had the opening ceremony with all the fireworks on the hill. Obviously, we couldn't see it because it was full of smoke. But I think something like that would have been really good for the opening ceremony there because it's all dark and it's like you're already like fucked. So it's like you kind of really, you can really like invest yourself in the whole theatrics
I think
of it
it
all.
would have been better if like rather than like a stage thing, it was more of like the general area thing and like yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Floor
I-
opens up to a giant.
I mentioned that like I imagined Tomorrowland's to have like more characters.
Yeah,
So
I
like
agree.
you saw like a few characters in the campsites
Yeah.
like dressed up and shit, but it was like you saw like one a day maybe.
yeah.
Considering there was a story,
Yeah, and
was.
I thought like I'd see a lot more of that. But that's what I think like that opening ceremony
I
should have
saw-
been like a lot like more stuff going on in the on the ground level, less like
Mm.
a lot of people on sticks.
suppose if you want to find out more about that, you've got to buy the book. The book that they've got about it.
But
There is a novel, a Tomorrowland novel, isn't
But
there?
Wow.
if I'm gonna buy the book, I want to at least
Have some
feel,
visuals to it.
Yeah, you know. I mean,
When am I going to have time to read it on site as well? Keep up with
while
the fucking-
you're watching Average Rob, you can
Well,
be
that's
like,
one. That's why in the newspaper each
Big up.
morning there was a new chapter or something like that, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a little teaser, wasn't there, of like each chapter.
That's good. That.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, it was great that each morning there was a newspaper, just
I
like
loved it,
letting
man.
you know the
Again-
highlights of the day.
Again, it's like making you feel more part of like this world.
Yeah.
Where like
He's
you'd wake
gonna
up,
like Boomtown.
you'd
isn't
wake
he?
up on a morning and
truly
you'd,
is.
and you'd read the paper and it'd be like, oh, Tomorrowland today. Oh, let's see. what's
Literally
going
don't
on
even
today.
need that in the real world, but like
No.
I'll do it there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the paper.
You still
Yeah,
got
I mean, I was literally laying in bed with Chalk, and
Oh.
I was just laying in bed, and I was just literally just sat reading it for about an hour while he was just like snoozing away. It was
Nothing
lovely.
better than being in bed at morning.
Yeah, being
with
in bed at morning.
Newspaper in hand and a hot jockey outside.
I wish there was. Instead of a hot chocolate, I had to get up and go to the fucking gym.
Oh, do you know what though? It was sick that they had a gym. You know what?
you
I
know
mean?
what?
I think that
it's the right place for it.
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't think they could be anywhere else. with a gym.
Imagine it over here. So
Yeah,
download wouldn't work. Leeds
Leeds
Fest.
won't work.
absolutely. won't work.
Absolutely not. You'd be,
You could see it at
just full
Glasgow.
of kids.
I don't even.
Boomtown would be the no, because everyone's
No.
a bit too
Gla-
more mummed
Glasgow-
down.
I don't even think Glasgow
No,
would. like,
Glasgow's going for like the.
I'm thinking of the clientele of Glasgow, and none of them are ripped to fuck.
I think they're
no
going.
offense, but
they're trying to build like a village, but it's less of a. I don't know. It's more of a village, less of a town. If you get me.
Yeah.
well, sorry, what are we on about here?
At Glasgow,
Yeah,
like I don't think that would work.
No.
And it's also supposed to be more like a relax and retreat.
Yeah,
I think
of
Glasgow and a bit more of a different experience.
but when you're at Tomorrowland, you want to be pumping your arms all day, so you need that.
yeah, exactly, man. And
God, my arms were killing.
yeah, it was bad. Wasn't
God
it?
almighty,
I think
I was
that's
not
what
ready for
fucked
that.
me a little bit as well.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Tomorrowland. You don't know how to dance to the music. Other than
Speak for yourself.
well, no, you are
I was
just
throwing some
pumping-
moves, man. Come on.
Yeah, were most of them with your arm in the air?
Still throw some moves.
It's kind of weird because I
Just
think
dance
most,
however you want, mate. Like no,
no,
one's
but I
watching.
think most festivals, everyone kind of does whatever they want. At Tomorrowland, everyone was doing the same.
It's one of those where you're just kind of bobbing your head, bobbing your knees, and it's just like, yeah, cool, this is great. Speaking of which, our first experience of the music,
On
The
Thursday.
Gathering.
the gathering.
Gathering was-
So that was like the pre-opening ceremony. Like it was just for like the people of Dreamville, basically.
The Piccadilly Party, if you would.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was the campsite,
It was
right?
mad to think that stage was there just in the campsite and used once.
Yeah.
But they've got to build
Yeah, of course.
the idea. They've got to give you like a little bit of it. Like they can't give you. They can't do nothing.
No.
And
Don't
they
forget,
can't
though,
give
like,
you everything.
It
So-
wasn't that impressive. It was 2D.
Yeah.
It was a sheet with the
No, it wasn't
design
fully
on
2D.
it.
Yeah,
and then
true.
the screens in the hole. It wasn't like any of the other.
but it was more impressive
Well,
than like
there's
any stage.
Piccadilly,
At
no
that
offense.
point, it was more impressive than any stage I've seen,
Yeah.
like visually.
I wasn't.
Oh
for
no,
me.
it wasn't for me either. It wasn't for me either.
But
You were just in Boomtown last year.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think that stage looks better than like Leeds Fest's main stage. That little
That- but that-
shitter.
oh,
but
Yeah,
that's
but
just
the-
all. It's
the-
just all screen that. So
Yeah.
it's like okay.
I like the thing in the middle, the main
So
clock.
it
so
looked good.
so
Yeah.
Tomorrowland next year they're just going to replace the whole thing with just one big screen.
It's just going to be a
Excellent.
blimp. Going to be a
Perfect.
blimp holding
And you
a
can
screen.
cast whatever you want onto it.
That'd be good.
It's like that. It's like that TV in that bar in Paris or wherever it was, where you
Oh,
can
yeah.
just like
send in a picture,
yeah.
it comes on the screen.
Just a lot of pictures of Steve Jobs and wobbly sausage being cast at Tomorrowland
Perfect.
stage.
Captain Bridie as well. Bridie and the Captain now.
The gathering was a real kind of
Slog.
Yeah, it was hard work.
It
that.
had its ups and downs, right?
It
Yeah, but it firmly
Yeah.
it firmly started for me at least on the downs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just started too early, didn't it? It started at 1.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
must have got there for maybe 3, half 3,
Yeah.
4, and just non-stop EDM through until midnight.
Yeah.
But you
And
know,
I was really like properly, like actively not enjoying it.
the saviour was that average Rob.
Really
Yeah.
was.
Average Rob was great.
He really like
Just-
actually worked the crowd, played some songs that got people in the mood to like, I hate to use the word, but party.
No, it did though, and that was a kind of a turning point.
Yeah.
On that head can.
And then the
sound
next
system.
act was a bit shit, I think.
I think it was all a bit shit after.
But then it
It was just the case where I think we realised that we just really need to get fucked up right
yeah,
now.
and that was the thing. So
and that is it.
Yeah.
after like that average Rob whatever it was. After he went off and it got a bit shit, we sort of went on down a little bit. And then we just kept drinking because we still had the hype and still had the hope of like, it'll get better. So we just kept drinking and drinking.
I found a
and then
superpower for that. Yeah. Just order 2. Order 2. Why order 1 when you can order 2?
Now, obviously, reading a lot of the comments, I'll be careful about what I say here just to make sure this podcast makes money.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying, like, you're doing it wrong. You need to be taking this something.
Things.
And you can kind of understand why people do that, to be fair.
Absolutely.
Like,
But you know what? I've also read comments in there that said you shouldn't need to get drunk to enjoy it. So you know what? You can't win.
no, you're never going to please
literally
everyone.
can't
Never
win.
going to please everyone.
We can't all be on some mad bender
No.
and also produce a fucking
AAA content.
some really kind of high polished content for you.
Yeah.
We've mastered doing it drunk.
Yeah.
And I think that is it. Like, I think you definitely needed to be inebriated, and the proof is in the pudding. Because the 2 times when we really enjoyed it was the late night gathering
When we
and
were
the Saturday night,
Yeah.
and we were hammered. And
Yeah.
I think almost being immune to the hangover now at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah. I think it helps for me knowing that there's a job to do.
Yeah, there's no fear now because I'd still be like, I better be careful, I better not drink too much. But I'm just gonna keep fucking drinking.
Yeah.
When we're at Boomtown,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Not stop.
I mean, I don't think we're
Inconvenience everyone else.
gonna need to
I'm trying to think.
because we didn't really see any fucking music at Boomtown.
Well, I was trying to I was speaking to someone literally the other day. I'm like, I don't remember drinking at Boomtown last year. Obviously, we did, but I don't remember the process of actually drinking. So
Stop talking about Boomtown, man. Why are you comparing the 2 eggs?
because
Don't know why I said
there
X.
is some similarities, to be fair, which you will understand very shortly.
Little man's never been, have they? These 2 boys.
Oh man,
Little
you guys are in for a
first-timers.
treat, man.
Little first timer.
You going to show me around?
Absolutely. So I'll take you under my old wing. But yeah, Average Rob was. So I didn't know this until we met someone on a Friday. But Average Rob is a YouTube creator, quite a good size one as well.
Yeah.
And he was kind enough to comment on our video.
Yeah.
I'd subscribed to him when we were at Tomorrowland after learning that he was a creator, and it was really nice to see both him and Omdet Het Khan Sound System, who it was them 2 together.
You can pronounce that correctly, but not Rock Vector. Jesus.
Both of them commenting on the vid.
Yeah.
Big up. I mean, we went to see them twice, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Because they
'cause
played
it was that
the
good.
library stage.
Yeah.
And since then, when he commented on the vid,
Yeah.
I went on Sound System's YouTube page,
Yeah.
and there's a Pro Shot live set
of
from
it?
like a few weeks back, and it's the same set.
Yeah.
And it was, I only watched it for maybe 3 minutes, but like, if we were sat here pre-drinking, ready to
Yeah,
go out,
shit,
add that
it'd
on.
be good.
We'll
Yeah.
have that on. We'll have that on, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe on drive on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
We'll put that on it, Van.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
But yeah, thanks for the show of support, Average Rob, and on that Het Khan Sound System that made my evening yesterday.
Yeah.
Very kind of you. Very kind.
Speaking of making evenings, just quickly, that was a nice comment last night, wasn't it?
What's that?
The one about my dad.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Just a nice little comment of someone that used to work with my dad, and like,
get a
I've
water.
just been watching the videos, and it's just like, I think I worked with that lad's dad. I was like, oh wow, cool.
Did it make you happy?
It did make me happy, to be fair. Yeah, it was a nice, warming little comment.
How did he make that connection? Because obviously you didn't look anything like you look now.
Valley, I guess.
Yeah.
Valley,
That'll be the
Yorkshire.
thing in the
Yeah.
fact that we do call you that a lot as well.
Yeah.
Little gimp. I remember this guy who's, he's not with us anymore. God bless him, but his son was a little gimp. And this lad on screen,
That
looks like
lad
a little
walks a
gimp.
bit funny, and I know the guy I used to work with, his son used to be in a wheelchair, so maybe. So we got really drunk, didn't we, at the gathering?
Some of us too drunk.
And we ended up having a great night. You were fucked, to be fair.
man,
We were vaping and drinking.
I'm taking hoochies.
Yeah, we were taking loads of photos.
Yeah. We were talking about Futurama.
We were, man. I did have all those DVDs. It was great.
We
You met Stephen Tries.
I met Stephen
Hey,
Tries.
do you know what? He went to Tomorrowland Weekend 1.
Yeah.
He's not put out a video yet, so what's going on,
Maybe
Steve?
I'll
just
tell you
went for the
why
music.
he's not part of video, mate.
he knew
Because he'll be
you were
running
going.
it through a production team, and he'll end up with. And I love Stephen Tries, but
Yeah, he's brilliant.
it's just, it'll be run through 10 different people,
Yeah.
signed off,
Yeah.
polished, YouTubified,
In some sort of
Mr.
way, yeah.
Beastified.
Yeah.
Good luck to him, of course. Big fan.
Have
But
you watched the latest Mr. Beast?
Just not lean enough, is it?
But the
It's
the one on the raft.
Yeah.
Interesting that.
Yeah.
We get emails all the time like, we'll help you like edit your content, and it's like, imagine giving your edit away.
Terrible.
Like literally, that's half
Terrible.
the.
And we're not
half the
saying
story.
Stephen Tries does that.
No,
we
no,
have
no.
no idea if he does.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
But
that is your edit is your whole product. And this is what I don't understand. We saw, this is not a diss at anyone in particular, but just in general. Not even a diss in general, an observation. Right, now I've said that bit, I can say what I want. We saw, I don't know if you remember, we saw like a YouTuber,
The guy and the girl.
yeah, doing a totally staged shot, which, you know what? We stage
Oh yeah,
shots
with like a steady cam and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
With an entourage behind him.
But you've
Oh,
got,
like they were walking to
Yeah.
the main stage, like for the big reveal.
It was next to the thing where you can go on the balcony. You know, where they say like,
Yes,
"Love tomorrow,"
yes,
and all
yeah.
that.
and it was
Yeah.
like, right, we're going to stop and we're going to run. We're going to pretend we're having a really good time. You're going to film it. So it was like a cameraman, a sound guy, and
An entourage.
And the thing is, what you're doing then, and no doubt,
Are you
it's-
sure that wasn't just for Tomorrowland though?
no, because someone has messaged me and said, I've actually met this girl many times. She's a creator
Okay.
in the space. And anyway, no disrespect to them. But when you're not doing your
Here's
own
some
editing,
disrespect coming.
when you're not doing your own editing, you're not even doing your own filming. So you've got a professional camera guy filming your stuff. All that you've got is your on-camera personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you know what? That works for Top Gear. but does that work for like, you're losing
I'd love
so
to hear her
much.
talk about a Nissan Micra.
You're losing so much by
Well,
not
you know,
doing your own edit.
You tell me, mate. Does it work? Is she doing well?
Probably better than us, yeah.
But we've got our
in terms
pride.
of a real relatable product,
Our
like.
pride helps me pay my mortgage.
But yeah, I'm passionate about it. Like, I want Final Cut, or at least us to have Final Cut,
Yeah.
full control.
Yeah. It's,
And I cannot ever imagine
Giving that-
sending that footage to someone else to edit.
I remember, like, you know, when Casey was doing all of his vlogs, like literally vlogs every day, non-stop for like 2 or 3 years or whatever it was. And he always talked about, like, I would never give away my edit because that's my tool.
That's your product.
Like,
That is your
I've been out
product.
and I've lived my day, and like it's my story now to tell and to like piece together into a product that I can show the world. If I was to send it to somebody else, then it's them telling a story about my day.
And
It's not me anymore.
They don't know the TPD-isms or the extended TPD universe.
Yeah.
They might edit out the rhombus. They might not add in the stomping sound of the boots or the sound of the shit noise as the sauce is coming out. And it's that's the stuff that makes it.
I think maybe, or at least for us, everyone at home going like, "What?"
It just surprises me because we do get a lot
I'd
of
say about
fucking.
a one
Can
a
we do
week.
your thumbnails?
Yeah.
Can we do your edit?
One a week we
Oh,
get
God.
we get an
We can
email.
barely send the footage
do you know
to
what, I
me.
think-
Never mind sending it to someone in America to edit for us, and then fucking send.
Yeah.
Hi mate, just a few revisions.
Oh my god! And like we have enough trouble. Like this is turning into a fucking negative session, but you know what? Fuck it, whatever. We have enough like to and froing about the sponsors. Imagine bringing in another party into that.
Yeah.
Like, this has come back. This needs a revision. That alone is a ball ache, and most of the time it's quite pleasant, but it's still a ball ache.
Yeah.
I think it's the difference between being like, because when people say to me like, people come up to us and they know we are in this, but they pretend they don't, and say, "Are you a YouTuber?" And I hate that question.
Yeah.
Because for me, like a YouTuber or an influencer is someone who's just an on-camera personality.
Yeah.
Whereas I pride myself on us, we're like full spectrum, thank you, creators from like conception to every bit of it is done just here at
Yeah,
this table
it's
with
all-
us.
it's all
with
in-house,
us,
right?
Like, whether that's you doing a podcast thumbnail or us creating the content together. And I'm just, if you're not doing it all, you're just a presenter.
Yeah. You're just Philip Schofield.
You're literally just Philip Schofield. And that, you know what? There's no wrong or right way. We've gone on a big tangent there.
Let's get.
I just love doing it so much, and I just couldn't imagine giving that away.
I'm trying to think what.
How the fuck did we end up on that?
We were talking about.
Do you know what else happened on Thursday?
That was kind of it. We just had a bit of a wander around.
I'll tell you what we did. We literally stayed out, and then as soon as it hit midnight, bang, that's the music done. Yeah. I appreciate there's a curfew and there's literally a house like a few hundred meters.
Yeah, that was it. Like
no, that was only just because that was the warm up though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because the other days it ran on till like 2.
No, that's because it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, that's a good point.
People have work the next day.
Because the festival is literally in the middle of like a house. So the site itself is like there all year round. Like the site is owned by whoever puts it on. So like the constantly like throughout the year, like Glastonbury, like changing things and like making shit. I think
that's a winning strategy.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
full
not
freedom
having to
as well.
Fuck about Donington Park can't tell you, move that. Lord Bramham can't say, oh, no nightlife on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
No microphone.
Like, do you know
what you want to put your rides on the tarmac this year? Oh, we've got to think about the weight on the tarmac and how that's going to impact.
Guess what?
Can you move that stall 3 inches to the left, please? I don't like it there.
We've heard
it.
First-hand story about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like guess what? It's my fucking land. We're doing it here. Yeah. Obviously, government have to sign it off. But
main road right through the campsite as well.
Brilliant. But yeah, not much else happened on Thursday. I went to bed.
No. Yeah. So then the
Chucky went to get a drink at like 5 to midnight, and I said to him, "Don't bother."
Well, there was a few factors as to not to go get a drink. One, it was super late, and it was finishing very quickly, very soon. Whatever. Also, he was so drunk, he did not need another drink at all. Like,
man, I was just vibing.
I know you were vibing, but my God, you were like just not standing up at all.
It got to a point where I think I said to Rob, like, I'm going to move on to just 2 lots of spirits at a time. And after the second, I'm going
to cut down now. I'm going to just move on to 2 sets of spirits.
After the second wave of it, I can remember just being like, "Oh man, I'm fucked up right now." I'm going, you know what? The music sounds all right. You know, I'm having a great time with my boys.
I heard Darude Sandstorm. It's all good.
Yeah, I was like, we're vibing. We're right in the middle of it. You know, we're
it's 2 minutes to midnight. Literally, you got 4 drinks in your hands. What are you doing, man? We're literally about to go to bed.
I can remember getting to the bar and waiting to be served, and this guy was just like, "Hiya," and I just went, "Can I get a drink?" And he went, what do you want? And I was like, "Beer." He went, "What?" And I went, I want a beer. And he was like, "I don't think you need a beer." I went, "Fine, I'll have vodka." And he was like,
"That's not what I meant."
He was just like
thinking about the calories.
He was just like, "We're close to. I'm not going to serve you alcohol." I was like, "I need a drink."
Really?
Man.
I've never had that.
And then he came back with the can of Coke, and he said, and I went, "Yeah, whatever." And then I'm walking back, and Rob just looked and went, "You got a can of Coke?" I was like, "Yeah, he wouldn't serve me. He wouldn't serve me."
That's why you got angry and threw all our drinks away.
I was just fucked up. Yeah,
just going.
Do you need the cup?
Do you need that cup? Do you need that cup? Do you need that cup? Watch this.
Yeah. They were
threw him like 1 meter away.
Oh no, sorry. Well, it was like, do you want the euro?
Yeah, because the cup's worth €1.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's like it's a pearl, which is like
so that was the other
€1.74.
Yeah.
So that was the other side of things. It was another European festival where they can't just do things in cash or contactless.
Yeah.
It's got to be all converted into.
I don't even mind the cup thing.
RFID currency.
The cup thing's my least favourite thing.
I
get but I get that.
Yeah,
that is to benefit. Like, at least that is, whether it's intentional or not, that helps the planet, right?
Yeah. That is the sole intention, I think.
Or is it? Is it just to get a bit more money out of you so that you maybe take your cup home and then it's seen as a souvenir, and then even if you drop
we do have a lot of those.
There's a sink full over there.
Got one from Bingley in the fucking sink.
Exactly. I've somehow got 3 at home. I've never took a cup home in my life. Just 3 have just appeared.
Must be ones that I've left in van.
So yeah, I don't mind the cup thing because at least then it's like, oh, save the planet, whatever. I'll get over that. But the fucking process of, I've got loads of money on my card, balling, don't you know? I just want to be able to spend that money and just not have to think about it. Like, let me buy some booze, tap the card, and worry about it later. Yeah. No.
Download that app.
Download the app. Top it up. Register your wristband. Before all that, I forgot that step.
Tap your wristband.
we use pearls here. You want to top it up €200? That is this many pearls. Go
114 pearls.
114 pearls. Okay,
4 pearls.
114 pearls is what I've got. Is a beer 1 pearl? No. It is 3.5 pearls. Okay, what does that mean? That the cost of a pint is? Oh, you don't do pints also because it's not UK.
I had time. I don't know if you've seen the video.
Yeah.
But I put on screen like all this conversion
Yeah.
and stuff. And I had all the time in the world to do that maths and the calculator right there.
Yeah.
And I could barely figure that out.
Yeah, but you failed your maths. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still filled it.
Yeah.
Like
Do you know
see,
what?
it's still
Hey,
filled.
We're all sat at the same table.
Yeah, the same rhombus.
We're all at the same rhombus right now.
Speaking of the wristband, that was a different wristband, wasn't it?
Some Middle Earth shit.
A bracelet.
Literally a bracelet. Yeah.
It was like a watch band.
Yeah, it was.
It was nice. It was
Real leather.
Or you should like fashion it into an Apple Watch band.
Oh, that's pretty good. That yeah.
I don't think I can do that.
Danny will do it for you.
It's you know what? It's the nicest festival wristband that I've ever got.
Are you sure?
disagree.
What about
I
2000 trees this
disagree.
year?
What was that?
Oh, that's the worst one we ever seen. It was like fabric.
It was It was like a fabric, but it was like one of those like hospital wristband ones.
Oh, yeah.
Like a belt.
The one that really. So if you sleep on it weirdly, then it's
Yeah.
gonna really annoy you.
I don't think the Tomorrowland one was the best one. That we've
I
ever
think
had.
it was like the most premium.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
of
made of
course.
leather. But it just.
Oh, you like the Coachella pizza one? Of course you do.
I do like that one, but
He loves pop punk.
I like
He
I
loves-
like this media one from Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Isle of Wight, yeah. Done me a
To let
favour.
everyone know that you did like media GCSE and that.
Sure didn't.
What happened Friday?
We went raving.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was a
we
rave
dressed
outfit
up.
day. Yeah,
So we all decided prior to going that we
that was
were
the
going
first day of the actual
to
festival.
we
wasn't
were
it?
going to dress in some raver outfits.
We were looking for a gimmick, weren't
We
we?
Yeah.
should have done this for Boomtown as well. It's too late now.
Well,
But-
you stuck in a thing, and I was like,
That's
hey,
I think it's a real entertaining thing for everyone there and for the audience.
You need
Obviously,
a
it don't work for like Leeds, is what you're going to
Yeah.
do. But like, I think we should have done it for Boom
Bucket
as
hats.
well.
Yeah, we could, Amazon next day delivery right now. So
But not everyone's going to buy into it this late.
No, I want
there's
to make
4
that,
lads at
I want to make it very clear. I'm not.
Yeah,
Anyway,
It was. I will admit it was something I forgot about. But do you know what?
yeah. So did I.
It was all good, and we all brought our own piece
Our
of
own thing.
magic,
Yeah, yeah.
and I think it worked out pretty well. You know,
yeah.
Rob was Bruno,
Yeah.
Chucky was some
And
Rick
idiot.
Owen.
alien from God knows where.
Rick
Raz
Owen.
was a
Those
cyber goth.
boots. I got a lot of messages
What were
about
you?
those boots.
What were
I
you?
was like, well, so the thing is, right, so when I googled male raver,
You were-
Tomorrowland raver,
you were
and to be
smart.
fair, that was the most common outfit that came up, apart from like literally just a short sleeve shirt, shorts, and like a bandana around the
I
neck.
love how you still didn't like wear any color.
Yeah,
Like, you just couldn't bring yourself. I know I just wore one.
I wore
neon green.
glitter. That's
Man, he doesn't
glitter's
wear
pretty
colour, you
like
know that.
out there for me.
Fucking hell. All that glitters sure ain't gold with you. It's all black,
when
innit?
when we were, because originally it was like dress as a raver. There's no right or wrong answer with that because everyone's version of it is
So-
always different.
I've come
Ra-
as myself. I'm a raver.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way that a raver should look.
When I was thinking for
The
me,
beauty of the rave is it accepts everyone.
Where is he from?
Yorkshire. Are we not?
but
It was us.
I looked at what is it? It's like the you know the fucking like is it Belgium or I don't know fucking
Belgianese.
Belgianese?
Yeah.
The Dutch, yeah,
Yeah,
like
Dutch.
the Dutch. They all wear like leather and all that
Yeah.
shit and all. And I
Oh,
was
the
just,
Dutch. He's thinking of the Berlin clubs.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking. And I was like,
Belgium, Brussels, Berlin, same
same
thing.
thing.
All boring.
But I was like, yeah, you know, get the leather trousers on, or like get like a skin type top, and then
Also known as a double XL.
you wish you could get in the double XL boy.
God, that,
Sorry, bro.
that was very quick.
Saw the saw my shot aimed and
You know,
fired.
no
man.
water for you now.
Oh god damn.
But I, for whatever reason, on you know when you get Instagram ads pop up,
Yeah.
those boots appeared, and I just went,
Also, it was fit.
yeah, it were fit, and I just went, yep, that's where the budget's going. That's the outfit.
They
And
were some boots, man. They were
they are shit to wear.
Oh, you're joking.
Is that why you only wore them for 60 minutes, if that?
Yeah.
And that was the most torturous 60 minutes of my life, never mind yours.
Terrible.
God,
Seeing him slump
I'll
about
never
and
forget seeing him take off his boots and watching him pour the sweat out.
Yeah.
That was
So
bad.
dumb.
weren't very, didn't have very good airflow.
yeah.
The worst part is you took him home and, like, what's your plan with him now?
He said, I can get another picture in these.
Hey,
Yeah, he
watch
did
the space. There'll be another picture in there.
To be fair, I saved the suspenders, I thought. They'll come in useful at some
Your
point.
outfit was good. I was impressed with yours.
Yeah.
Really pleasantly
good.
surprised with yours.
Did we
actually.
all get a laugh out of the outfits? Yeah.
Yeah.
It provided, number one, comments on the video.
Yep.
Yep.
Number two, we had a good laugh.
3, funny photos.
The glasses I was wearing called Pit Vipers. They ruined my day. They are the shittest glasses I've ever worn in my life. They had a tint. I mean, you've seen what the tint is on the video, but like we took pictures for the thumbnail, which we didn't use. But I looked at the pictures to proof them. I was like, oh, they look shit. It was just the glasses.
Yeah.
Like looking at the phone through the glasses. But they had to stay on, obviously, as part of the outfit. They were like a staple of the outfit.
Yeah.
And God, they were shite, man.
Hey, allow me to summarize Friday for you, just in like very few words. Number one, the bar that we stayed in for ages. And
With John and Sarah.
Yeah. John.
Big
we
up.
were drinking the quacks.
You need.
Yeah.
You're missing his race.
The quacks.
Yeah, the stuff that made you throat.
The red
The
beer.
red
Right.
beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob having his imaginary race with John. Just trying to prove a point to a man.
So who is Sarah and John?
Sarah and John are like.
I don't even know this, so I'm
Yeah,
interested.
Sarah and John are like family friends on my mum's side. Like they like Sarah has known my mum since they were like 10. So when I've grown up, I've always known Sarah and John. My mum said, "Oh, you're going to Tomorrowland? You're going weekend too? Oh, Sarah and John are going. Why don't you meet up with them?" And I was like, "Why not? You know, why not?" We met Ryan at Isle of Wight.
I did,
I was like,
you
"We'll
got
meet
Ryan.
Sarah and John." We got there, had a good laugh with him, and at one point, John.
They were so nice.
Yeah, lovely.
John was having a chat with Rob, and I think Rob just got it in his head that I've got to prove I can drink in front of this older guy.
He bought us all.
He bought
Yeah.
us the beers.
He bought us 2 lots of them.
What was it? It was like rosé.
It was very similar to the
beer.
one we had at
Victor.
Thank you. It was very similar to one where it's like they don't really do cider there; they just do fruitier beer.
Fruity beer, yeah.
I like
And it was nice to be
Yeah,
fair. I quite
the
enjoyed
glass
it.
was nice.
It's okay. I reckon it'd be okay as a small, like a little.
Well, that's why, to be fair. So actually, at the bars, so when you went to the bar, they did have the beer that I had at Rock Victor, and they only did that in the smaller size. So
Yeah.
it's interesting you say
But it was
that.
just nice having the glass. There's
Yeah.
something about
It's just a
having
bit
it
too
in the
sweet.
glass was like,
Premium.
yeah. And then, so yeah, Rob, for whatever reason, got it in his head that I've got to prove to John, who's an older gentleman, that I can drink. I'm a big boy. So while he's talking to John, he's having a drink. He thinks he's had a big drink. Looks at John's drink, and there's significantly more gone in John's drink.
He was putting it away, man.
So-
he wasn't even thinking
Of
about
course
it.
he wasn't.
So Rob just, for whatever reason, just starts necking his drink.
I just wanted to. I was hammered. Let's get this clear. I was hammered. I was just like,
We were all
I
hammered
don't
that
want
day.
it. And also, like, if John's bought me a drink, I'm probably gonna maybe buy him one back.
Yeah, so you need to.
So we need to kind of be.
Well, it was-
We need to be at the
and
same
also,
kind of level.
You just wanted to get through it as quickly as possible.
I didn't really like it.
What was funny is the
No, I'm very
bar.
grateful
The bar
for
didn't
that.
really have anywhere to be sick. It was very open. There was just this little thing
Flower
of
bed.
flower bed, and that's where you went to, didn't you, mate?
Hey, needs
Watered-
must though. Needs
watered-
must.
Watered the plants.
Sure did, mate.
Got away with it.
Put in a content warning in the vid for the first time.
And people are very appreciative
They
of that
said,
as
"Oh,
well.
we're eating my stew," and I was like,
Yeah,
"Why
I
the
saw
fuck
that
you eating
comment.
stew watching a video."
Hey, do you
Yeah.
know what? Stew's all
Oh,
right.
while you're watching our video.
The only other thing I remember from Friday, just off the top of my head, is the hollow set in
Hollow
the.
set.
The Budweiser
Was that
arena.
Friday?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it was because it wasn't a. It
Eric
wasn't.
Pride's Hollow.
Oh,
It wasn't like a.
But was it though?
We
was Friday.
pretty
Yeah,
much,
it was.
we pretty
Were
much
we
like
with
called it-
Zoe on Friday?
no.
No,
Saturday.
that was
Yeah.
Saturday.
Saturday was a big
Saturday
day.
Shaq, Friday Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
And Friday we spent a lot of time, like we spent a decent amount of time, like just wandering around and like getting us bearings.
And we weren't meant to. We'd said from the start that our tourism day was going to be the Saturday, but we just subsequently just walked around just because we wanted to see as much as we could.
So we got hammered.
But it was kind of hard that day, if I remember correctly, because again, it was one of those where it was just hearing the same thing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But it was like once we'd got to that bar and got fucked, it was at that point it all changed. Went to those toilets where there was
what you need.
Yeah.
You just need to be absolutely hammered.
I think,
and like even to the point,
that's not an issue.
I think it is an issue because you got to be with the right crowd as well.
Well, because that was the right crowd.
I'm saying like
except for the punch.
Imagine what I'm saying is like if you're hammered and no one else around you is, you're on such a vibe and everyone else is a vibe killer. Then when you're with your mates who are all fucked and everyone else around you is pretty fucked, you kind of just stay on that level. Yeah. It kind of helps carry it, which is nice at Tomorrowland that everyone was just kind of fucking on it.
Yeah. Shall we move on to Saturday? Because I know we don't have long, and there's a lot to unpack on that Saturday.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So for the just recap, the rest of that Friday we saw a hollow,
Eric Pride's hollow.
Yeah, which
I
was
went
good.
missing.
Choc went missing. Ended up partying with some Amsterdamians.
Oh God, you did.
Yeah.
But overall, it was good. It was a nice end to the night, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm glad you had that experience on your own and like with the locals.
Yeah, it was wild. That just phone going, dead. Phone dead. Some drinks. I was like, I'll not drink them. Slowly started drinking them, and then went, what's over there? The water stage. Let's go to it. Had a good time.
Saturday.
This was the day when it all clicked.
This is probably the best Saturday I've had this year.
Woke up.
Absolutely.
Right.
Brilliant.
Action time.
Yeah. Hungry.
Barbecue. Need a shower.
Oh,
yeah.
Shower was good,
you know what? That's worth touching on as well.
Well, it was all right, actually. It wasn't.
It did
you know what they were? Efficient.
Yeah.
They were efficient.
But that's again like what I was saying. There's no queues.
No.
For that.
But there was shoes for the showers. And I love this. If you want a shower, if you want like the cubicle experience and you want to like, I'll hang up my stuff and I'll do all this. And you want a bit of privacy, you can queue. Do that. No problem. If you literally just want some water over your body, warm water, might add,
with your boys.
big up. Yeah, and you want, like, I literally said, wouldn't it be great if we could just all four of us go into a shower at once?
Yeah, you did say that. And that's exactly what we did 3 times.
Yeah. And with a few other people.
No issue, is it? When you got your fucking swimming trunks on, swimming shorts, it don't matter.
You know what? It is something I've learned. No matter what trip we ever go on, whether it's for a week, for like a quick weekend somewhere, or for a festival, or it's a long holiday somewhere, just always take your swimming trunks at very least.
Yeah, because they just pack down to nothing.
Yeah, they take up no room, and it also works if you're
in the East Pack. There's loads of room, so I can put that in. No
just
problem.
Take your swim trunks or a bikini wherever you go on any occasion. It's always worth it because
I'll go for the swim trunks.
I'm going to go for the trunks as well.
Worst case scenario, like they take up no room. Best case, what? This hotel's got a swimming pool and a sauna, and like and
I need a piss, and I don't want to pull my pants down.
Anyway,
barbecue on Saturday. We said we wanted to do the barbecue.
Yeah. So there was
we did.
So there was a barbecue there which anyone could just use. There was a guy always on hand to help you cook.
Again, no queue.
There was like 2 barbecues. The barbecue next to us, there was like literally a big old like group of them. Must have been maybe like 12, 15 of them all together. And they just cooked this massive feast on one of these barbecues. It was great.
Literally, go to shop down road. Literally the Carrefour on site. Then nipped at Barbie, shove it on there.
It was great.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Wholesome start to the day.
Then we went. Did we go straight into the arena?
Went straight in. Had our touristy day
with the sauce as well. It was quite good.
Yeah, it's a shame we only had one. To be fair.
Yeah, should have got loads more.
What was the first thing we saw?
So we went in and
we were doing the tourist stuff.
Yeah, we got our phone cases.
We got the phone cases, which are brilliant.
Yeah, love them.
Big up Kenny.
I've got mine.
And what was his name? The guy who does the smooth phone cases. Christoph.
For smooth.
God, he's a good looking lad.
Yeah, he was a good looking lad, wasn't he?
Very good looking lad.
And so started us out with them. I'll treasure that literally forever.
And then we
went to the shop.
We went to the merch store. Just the stuff they've seen on the vid, really.
Merch.
But this is when the day started getting good.
Yeah.
We went
in fact, I have to confess, I woke up that morning and I felt fucking horrendous. like I started to feel how I felt for the past week.
Oh yeah, we were
And-
doing the.
Yeah, and that was the beginning of my decline. But you've just got to pick your side, right?
Yeah.
You can either let it take you, or you can go, I need to sort myself out. I'm gonna have some food.
You can be a pussy at home for next like 5 days when you're not at Tomorrowland. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I'm gonna have a few Red Bulls. I'm gonna take some Anadin, and I'm just gonna power through because you know what? I'm going home tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So why the fuck not? And that we certainly did.
We sure did. We bumped into Zoe,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
our good friend Zoe London.
We were seeing.
I broke a dress.
Yep. Jake.
Oh, was it you?
Jake ripped her top off.
We got.
I gave her a hug.
Who was it who told us to see Sullivan King?
No,
Oh,
I
it was
did.
Jake, yeah.
I did. So when we were going through the app, I was scrolling through and I saw Sullivan King. Now I didn't know who it was, but I just looked at the picture and I was like, that guy looks rock and roll as fuck.
You said like I found someone who doesn't look like he should be here.
Yeah. And he just looked.
His phone screen was just off.
It just looked metal. And then we did a bit of research, and it's just this metal artist that was playing who at other shows like comes on with a guitar and stuff like that. So we thought, right, we're gonna hear some.
finally
We're
gonna
gonna
see
hear
guitar.
something. We
Yeah.
didn't, but I tell you what, still a good show.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Loved it.
Did we?
That's when the fun really
Yeah,
started.
it did.
Yeah.
Before that though, did we go to? Was it the Moose Bar?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Before that was the Moose Bar.
That was like full of
And it-
Germans, man. It was full of.
Yeah.
It was German central. That man.
and it pissed it down there
It
as well.
did,
Good
and
God.
you boys had your
It was
ponchos.
a good
I didn't.
vibe. It was a good vibe.
Yeah,
Everyone
have
was
it.
dancing. We were having a lot to drink.
Yeah.
The bartender got a selfie with us. I thought he'd then sling us a couple of free bevs, but no.
He gave me a free Red Bull.
Yeah, he did actually. He gave
Yeah.
us a free Red Bull.
Yeah.
Which
The
is very
weather
nice of him.
And you
dramatically changed.
It,
A
went-
man.
it was mad all weekend. Like it would like rain ever so slightly for like 10 minutes,
Ever
and then
so
it
slightly.
would just
fucking mental.
That was
no,
pretty
but
heavy,
then
that.
but then instantly it would change to like glorious sunshine. It was
And,
mad.
yeah, but then it go muggy and
Yeah.
then rain again and then go sunny.
No, and the worst part was like,
Oh,
so
Zoe's
you're,
just
there,
messaged me.
you're there piss wet through, in your poncho, and then you like the sun's beating down on you.
Hey,
like
that's
5
why-
minutes later.
That's why you don't wear the poncho. You just do the drip
you
dry.
wanted one, man.
Did I? I don't know.
Oh,
Joe, that was
oh,
great.
you got the free poncho
So if
from
you
the campsite.
so there was like in the campsite there was like these like central information
Like
points
help.
where you got your newspaper from, and they just if you wanted a poncho, just go up there, ask for one, and they just give it for free. So
Yeah,
big
that
up.
was
That was
great.
great.
Love that.
Yeah,
Right. Sullivan King.
Sullivan King.
So this is
Great.
when the fun started.
We were all
So
a bit
we were with
on,
Zoe.
we were on his way, weren't we?
And Zoe played a bigger part in us having a good day than we might initially think.
Yeah.
Because she was the one who encouraged us
to go.
to stick with her
Yeah.
for a couple of sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas we might have
Fucked off.
gone and done something boring, but that
Yeah.
just kept the energy high. So
Yeah.
it was
'Cause it-
Sullivan King. Then it was Coven.
Yeah.
He was that the guy?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a duo, a girl and a fella, Max.
Yeah.
And Max is a fan of the channel.
Yeah.
And he was in the crowd. He's the producer and creator of the music, and she's the vocal.
He's one half of it, right?
Yeah. But he was in the crowd. And it was really nice to spend some
He
time
was
with him.
a lovely fella, man.
Yeah, brilliant.
I've said, they're at Leeds.
Oh, brilliant.
So
Oh,
we'll
nice.
we'll go and see him at
Yeah,
Leeds.
great.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. He was lovely. I've spoken to her. She seems lovely. And it was just a great vibe. And then it was
Then we briefly went back to the
Went back to the
Budweiser,
Budweiser
to get
thing,
more
didn't we?
fucked up.
and we were doing this thing with where Zoe was like, you can tell when it's
Dubstep on the second beat.
no. So she did say that, but she said
Shut up.
Sorry.
it's a different thing. She was like, you can tell when it's certain type of music because you can.
Dubstep drops on the 2.
No, it's not. It was like if you can like rap anything over it,
Right.
and we do this all the time, but I just couldn't think of any words to put over this existing beat that was playing.
Yeah.
It wasn't drum and bass, but let's say she was like, you can tell drum and bass because you can rap any
Yeah.
4-bar beat over it or something. We just started busting out Magical Trevor. That was the only thing that came to mind. So we did the full Magical Trevor. And I was like, cool. And then we got a bit more hammered in there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then we went to see the person that truly revolutionized
Transformed
the
the
weekend,
weekend.
for
Right
us.
to my veins.
Mosh pit.
Come down there.
Open it up.
I need a bigger mosh pit.
You want to get in the mosh pit? Yeah, I do, mate. I was literally waiting for that to happen and you fucking let me down, man.
Big Shaq, man.
DJ
Dr.
Diesel.
DJ
Shaq.
Diesel, otherwise known as Shaquille O'Neal.
So, funny anecdote for you
Go on.
someone else's behalf.
Yeah.
The girl that we were hanging out with, she thought that it was Big Shaq.
Like man's never hot.
Man's not hot, Big
Man's-
Shaq. Yeah.
man is- I suppose it's right.
And I think she put a story up and tagged. She wouldn't mind me saying this because we've laughed about it, but I think she put a story up and tagged like Big Shaq, and then she realised,
shit.
that's not Shaquille. That's Shaquille O'Neal's a different Big Shaq. Easy mistake to make.
Yeah, of course. They're
Both
both
big,
big.
No,
both
one of them's
Shaq.
a doctor.
Both Shaq, but Shaquille O'Neal's got a doctorate, don't you know?
I remember telling you that, and then I saw Raz checking the wiki.
What's that ring?
What?
It's just a
You were
ring.
checking the Shaq wiki while we were
I found it
watching
while cleaning
That's-
up. And I've just been fiddling with it.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I do not wear a ring.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it fucking went off though, didn't it?
Oh, it was great.
The mosh
We had
pits were excellent.
in it, like I was just so invested in that set of like I'm gonna get in the mosh pits. I got that random guy on my shoulders
Yeah.
as well. God, I forgot about that.
He was a big
Yeah.
lad as well. He had
Yeah.
some big fucking
There was every
muscles.
time the big mosh pit opened, we just pushed straight
Yeah.
into there.
Yeah.
I couldn't really do it because of my rib. My rib was still a bit. Chuck, you coming on the? I can't come.
Sorry, do you want to? No man can lift this weight with one hand. Oh my
Different, though,
rib!
innit? Different,
Weak boy.
different thing. One's a choice. One is a disability.
Hey,
that I've
three boys were partying hard with Shaq. Where were you?
Yeah.
got. I was partying hard.
God, I
Bitching
was,
out.
I was literally partying with Shaq. Shaq was
Yeah.
there, and
We
we
got
were going off until
Until what?
Until
so I got smacked in the face for no reason.
What? So
Good,
what happened
probably 'cause
there,
He was
Raz?
mouthing up like he was just then. He's about to get another one.
What happened there, Raz?
I was in
Right. So hold on. You got punched, didn't you?
yes
Right.
twice.
Twice.
Yeah. First time, no idea why. Second time was because I said, like, once again, like, what are you doing? What's going on? And then he smacked me again. Anyway, so we're like in the mosh pit.
Yeah.
So like obviously there's a few mosh pits breaking out, don't you know? Because it was asking for him.
It was why it was mad, to be fair. Like he was wanting to
the mosh pit.
basically he was wanting to come in the mosh pit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
But the crowd was that like
because like I've,
like
He also said once something like, "You got to make it bigger if you want me to come."
He also, kept, he also kept saying, "Island, how we doing?"
yeah, he kept saying island.
He just was confused. Shaq, bless him.
Yeah.
Country.
Shaq ain't dumb.
And anyway,
Shaq's got a doctorate.
it started like I think he said like he kept saying like, "Oh, do you want me to come down there?" And me and Varley, we just ran off in there because we were like, we want to go get in mosh pit.
I wanna party with Shaq.
If Shaquille, if DJ Diesel's coming down in the mosh pit, I want to be partying with DJ Diesel at the mosh pit.
All right.
I want to be getting pushed around by DJ Diesel, man. I think that's a great story to tell. Anyway, it didn't happen.
got pushed around by a fucking New
the mosh
Zealander
pit
instead.
was so
Hectic.
stupid and so hectic that like the crowd was like pushing and shoving and like you could tell like he was trying to like he was about to like climb over, but you could tell he was just like, I ain't getting in that.
Even his security was like, you can't get in there.
So like
God,
there was
who's the security for Shaq, man?
it's just another tall, big
The lad
guy.
who punched Raz.
there was some space like trying to be made so that he could get in it,
Yeah.
but like you had people at the barrier like clinging on for dear life so that like he couldn't get over. Anyway, like maybe 10 seconds after that, I just got smacked in the face by some. You know, I've realised I said on the vlog New Zealand,
Yeah, you did.
and I've no idea why I said New Zealand.
it
But
South
no,
Australian?
you said it was New
'cause-
Zealand because you said he had a flag.
You said he had a Kiwi
Yeah,
flag.
yeah. You ever seen the New Zealand flag?
Yeah, it's black.
No, it's not.
Oh.
You're thinking of the rugby team.
Yeah. Because I saw that and then saw a guy wearing it. I was like, "Is it him?" And
No, so he had
I got
he had either a New Zealand or an Australian
It was
flag on his
right,
back.
okay.
Do you know? Oh, I'm not going to say it.
It was.
Don't matter. I'm not going to say.
It was
What?
funny that as soon as you told me the news, you didn't word it as "I've just been smacked." You went, "I think we're on it for a scrap here." Because
Because that's why I was
I was in
looking
the
for
moment.
God,
I was
Razzie.
I was I looked to my
my
friends
boy.
and I was in the moment of like, I've done no wrong here.
It's
I
kill
ca-
or be killed, isn't it? Sometimes.
I was just a bit violent. I was a bit in my own head, and I was like,
But after you've been punched in the face, I think
yeah.
that's
And I was like,
you're allowed.
I just thought like, oh my god, it's happening again. Like the same thing happened in Stone Roses where I just get smacked twice for no reason, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this.
You must be doing something.
This is the thing.
It's the teeth.
Like,
You must be doing
This is
something
the
that
thing.
people don't like, mate.
I would literally just
That one in Stone Roses was so dumb, though.
I'll tell you what, I was just literally enforcing the pit. Is that so?
Yeah.
No.
But
Anyway, I thought like I can't do this. Like we're on for a scrap here. Like I can't let this motherfucker get away with this, man. He's gonna.
he's telling me.
I was so ready to find
And
him.
then
I was gonna look
like
after
what
her
I can
brother.
only assume was his lady friend was like she was looking very worried over it, like at him and at me, because I was there like, what are you doing? What the fuck was that for? And she was like real quiet, funnily enough, like this.
God,
And that's what annoyed me.
I would
that
love
that,
for
like she was quiet, so like I assume it had something to do with her, and I was like, why are you being so quiet? Almost in my head, I was like, you could sort this, but like you're just choosing to shut your
I'm
mouth.
sorry
here.
you had to deal with it, mate.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you dealt with it
terrible.
like a child, but even just hearing the story
Like a
makes my
child.
blood boil.
Child.
Like a star.
I thought you said child.
You said-
I
You said
also-
child.
Yeah,
Oh, well, you dealt with it really well.
Yeah.
yeah. Just,
I've never seen you so amped up for the fight. You like look for some people wearing New Zealand flags. We're gonna scrap. And I
bad
was,
been a-
news.
it must have
There
been
was
a-
loads.
Yeah.
There
I
was
just-
literally
I
fucking
literally
loads.
kept like tapping his shoulder and said, "Is it them?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Right, fuck it."
This
fuck
is
it.
how
it
like
them?"
racism starts.
But you know what? To my own point, I didn't realize how much the New Zealand flag also looks like the Australian flag. It's literally like I had to Google it when I got home, and there's like a star on the left hand side for one of them, and there's not for the other.
They are very similar because
so
when
similar.
editing the video, there's a bit where we talk about the flags twice,
Yeah.
and I use the wrong flag each time, obviously to
The
generate
anger, yeah.
engagement, which it absolutely, of course,
God,
has
it's
done.
infuriated
Like,
people.
I got a catch there, but the New Zealand and thingy flag, I thought it was the same one on the emoji because they look so similar.
Yeah.
Anyway, foot those guys, man, because they weren't having as good a time at DJ Diesel as we were.
Yeah, you know. Anyway, at that point, we swiftly left.
Swiftly left to see Steve.
Was it Steve?
Oh,
after
No,
surely not.
It was
No,
someone before.
We went to the main stage after that.
It was someone
Was that at the
before.
start of our
Yeah.
session at the main stage?
Yeah.
God.
It was
Oh,
someone
did we
before
get some
Steve.
food after that? I can't remember.
Yeah, we did, because that's why we left Zoe,
Yeah.
because
got some
we
food.
wanted
Yeah,
food.
Yeah.
And I got like that spicy kebab.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it
did
was
I.
proper
And I was
good.
wearing a white t-shirt and I was fearing for my fucking life. But you know
Dangerous
what?
game.
God, it was
no
good.
fucking bother
Nice,
at
man.
all.
It was good.
So
It wa-
nice.
And we went to the main stage, and we got a great spot, which
Yeah.
was never an issue.
Yeah.
There was a lot of water though. Do you not remember that?
Yeah,
there was loads
there
of water
There
around
was
the
water
side.
features
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's the water
Yeah,
features
but
from above, innit?
Well, it was just like for whatever reason.
I think it was
like-
raining.
Yeah, it was like
Oh, was
because
it
where we were trying to get to, where
There
we
was that
ended
big
up,
puddle.
there was that massive puddle, and I went, I get that. Obviously, they've got the water features, the waterfall, and all that shit.
Well, it
But I was
happened
like,
there as
why,
well.
why specifically here, and not slightly to the side where every other water feature were? It was just where we
I
were.
think it's because purely
Yeah.
it was just a bit of a ditch. Like
yeah.
the ground wasn't
it's
level.
got to be.
It was just I'm just thinking about it now. It was such a
Anyway,
great
it was
brilliant.
at that moment where like after we got the food that we decided,
This is it.
Yeah.
we need to go all out now because we're going home tomorrow.
We've got a load of pearls to spend. That was the thing.
we ran out
No, we
pearls.
ran out and we topped up the pearls there,
Yeah,
right?
on just
and
Raz's.
we decided let's just top
Right.
up my wristband, and I think you assumed like, oh, we'll drink at Raz's pace.
Oh no.
Whatever we did was perfect.
Raz was on it.
We'll put them on.
cannot believe-
We'll put them on Raz's wristband,
Yeah.
so we're drinking at his pace, and that way we're not spending too much.
I mean, that wasn't what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear. That
But
sounds
you know
like my
what?
worst
Like
fucking night.
we were all like pretty like neck and neck with each
no,
other.
we were doing a great job.
like usually we're
We
not.
were.
Usually there is some like slow coaches.
Anyway,
But like we were all like on it,
The
and it
beer-
was brilliant. Like
because we just understood the
Yeah.
assignment, and that's what's great about this group.
yeah,
We can do it better than any other group.
yeah,
We are the four that just know, like, right, we need to turn it up
Crack
here.
on.
No one's off to bed.
No.
No one's
It was a
No
late
one's-
one, wasn't it?
Like,
It was
like, think about it. He got cracked in the fucking head,
Yeah.
right? My ear, this
still
isn't the
felt like
same,
shit as well.
but like my ear was still popped. I was feeling like shit.
Same thing.
No, but I was bunged up. I was using this. I was having like, I felt like what you felt like.
At least you didn't
but
use the rib.
Just a few days
Yeah.
ahead. My rib was fucked.
there we go.
Like, it would have been so easy for any of us to be like, do you know what? I've had enough. But we didn't. We got it and we understood and we appreciate
And
the
you know
time
what?
that we got.
For that night, I felt great.
Same.
Brilliant.
I was
Like, I
so-
loved literally finished my drink like, oh, that was nice that. Literally looking over, Razzie with another 4 fucking
Razzie
beers,
was
man. It
so-
was like,
The bar was just
It
there,
was.
though.
We
That's,
were
we
in
were
the
in a great
perfect spot.
location.
It was the first time when we were at the main stage. You went to get beers. You came back instantly. And within the next like 10, 15 minutes that were gone, you were like, right, another round. And you went again. And I was
Yeah.
like, fucking hell, what's going on with Raz?
Yeah.
He's on it, man.
was
It's
brilliant,
man.
I
I was
was
saying,
brilliant.
I was saying that like, so I was like, okay, we're in Brussels, right? I need to tell people to excuse me, and I guess like French, because that's quite common. Like, not so much Dutch, I don't think there. So I was like, pardon, yeah, on first go. But in at night, it was just, pardon, pardon,
excuse me, mate.
God help the listeners. Jesus Christ. Oh, it was fucking brilliant. It was great. And we watched Steve Aoki and he brought out a load of guests.
Lil
and
Jon.
Lil Jon.
Who was it?
Lil
Lil
Jon.
Jon.
Harris
Hilton.
Kid Cudi.
Kid
Cudi.
I literally sent my brother a video like message saying like, I can't believe I'm seeing Lil Jon. I was like, no one else is gonna really appreciate this other than my brother. Like we used to listen to his tunes way back in the day.
Oh, fucking hell.
I tell you what were funny. Waiting for Rob trying to have that piss
What
in
piss?
the cup.
Oh, I was trying to do circle.
Oh
man,
yeah.
Circle of Trust, the longest
There
Circle
was,
of
do you know what?
Trust.
There was a lot of piss that night.
There was a lot of
There
piss.
was
a lot of piss.
Yeah.
But there was that guy who just kept looking. No, the guy
no.
when he threw up
Yeah.
in the cup. When he
You
threw
had
up
to have a bit of a tactical chunder.
But it was in the cup. He was just kind of
Yeah.
wobbling with it, and I was like, "Oh, he's just
No.
vibing," and then it just came out.
It
into
was the
cup.
vape.
The vape.
It was the vape.
It fucks you up.
And then that guy just kept his eye on
There
you.
was,
all
there was a
night.
guy like in front of you, and every like 5 seconds he'd do the side eye just to make sure you weren't close to him
Yeah.
because he didn't want
You
to be
know
anywhere
what?
near you.
You know what?
Basically,
We were hammered.
yeah, we were
Absolutely.
fucked.
How you say it? hammered.
We were,
I don't think anyone else was like us there.
No.
because at one point there was a big kind of pit that opened around us.
There
and it
was,
yeah.
just us jumping
Yeah.
around. I think everyone else
Good
was like,
though, like that's perfect because you're out of your own head. Not that any of us were particularly self-conscious, I'm sure, but like you're just free then.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if people like don't want to be near you, and it enabled the perfect experience, and we didn't harm anyone. That's for sure.
No, we certainly didn't. In fact, like I saw a few people like around us like enjoying that we were having such a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
Why would you not? Like we're not bumping into anyone. We're not.
We were
punching
obviously
them.
British. Put it that way.
Oh, mate,
make no
obnoxious.
mistake.
We were obnoxious.
Steve
and loud.
Aoki could have fucking pointed out. There's the Brits.
There they are.
There they
Yeah.
are.
Cake.
And it was great.
Oh, so I met the girl that had the cake thrown at her,
You did.
and it was mad. Like we were walking back, and we were doing some Pat Finity thing, and she was like, "Oh, do you like cake?" I was like, "What?" She's like, "Stevie Aoki threw the cake at me." Showed me a video of it. How she wasn't knocked out, I have
Yeah,
no
he just
idea.
fucking-
Like
he's really good at throwing it, you know.
It truly is. But God, the speed he threw that cake and
velocity.
the impact. God, how she didn't lose a fucking set of teeth or something like that, I do not know.
KO.
God.
Fucking
Do you
brilliant.
know what? Do you know what helped that night as well? As soon as the set ended, our party was still going. We were doing a bit of Kaiser Chiefs, a bit of ratings
Yeah.
on the way back.
Kaiser
Yeah.
Chiefs.
We were doing the. What do you think of what do you think of
Red
Red
Hot
Hot
Chili
Chili
Peppers?
Peppers? Thumbs up or thumbs
I'll
down?
tell you what was annoying though, because we spent most of the money on booze.
Couldn't get a kebab.
Yeah, we literally just wanted some food back at the campsite.
I got
Had to like
burger.
hack our way into like 4 burgers or whatever.
I got me and Rob a burger, and then I went, no, I need another burger just to make sure.
I wonder who.
It's a triple parked with the burger.
And this is something I forgot about. Like this part of the night as well. Fucking hell.
The square.
The old, and then
So we got some food. This is back in Dreamville now. This is back at camp. and we were sat at the table, and the table we were on was like wobbly as fuck, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think Rob discovered it because he put his head down briefly like that, and then he went, whoa.
Someone should fix that. We can fix that.
So basically with these tables, it was like a square wooden cylinder.
Rhombus.
A square cylinder. A square cylinder. Get him off the show. I'm moving his camera off.
You know what I meant.
Square
And then on
cylinder.
top of it was a
Square.
It was a cylinder with a square on top of it.
Yeah.
The two shapes were the same shape, actually.
No.
Yeah.
Because one was 3D.
They were both 3D.
There was a 2D shape somehow conceived into the world.
What in
anyway.
this dimension?
We could take the tabletop off.
Yeah.
So we did.
We did.
You thought it was a good idea to
Yeah.
take that tabletop for a walk.
You were passionate about, you said, but should we just take this?
Why not?
And then you just went, right, let's get out of the light into the shadows. And
I was so you were like, oh, I'm gonna finish my burger.
I'm going to
or
finish my
whatever.
second burger.
Yeah.
Enjoy the square. I didn't even call it square at the time.
And
Later.
I was filming, walking backwards. Razzie was singing Kaiser Chiefs. You were carrying the table, and I knew there was a rope. I knew there was a rope that I had to like get over. And I knew there might have been a slight ditch, right? I knew there was not going to be a rope there for no reason. But I was like, it's fine. I can jump over that. No. I fucking fell straight into that trench.
Yeah. It's almost like there was some ropes there
Yeah.
to show don't walk over here.
Multiple
Yeah.
ropes.
And God, that hurt.
You two
what hurt
both
more?
bailed.
You falling or Rob falling on top of you with a square?
I thought there was trouble when I fell on you with that. I
God,
thought,
it
I
hurts.
thought he's
Like,
broken something
I've still got a bruise now. My arm still hurts now.
because it was a hefty piece.
Yeah,
of
it was.
If
wood,
anybody's
that.
ever played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and like you've landed but your board, so you're going forwards but your board is sideways, and you know they do that thing where like the arms flail and like the legs go all over the place. That's exactly how these two fell.
It was terrible.
was-
It literally bailed.
Like, because you fell with the table on top of me, and God, it just hurt so much.
That could have been well inconvenient for one of our travel insurance providers.
Sure could. But like normally when I'm that hammered, like I when I'm that fucked, I'm like, you know, like download 2019 fucked, where like I'm just
Not able to. Yeah.
But we were having so much fun that my brain didn't even have a chance to reach that kind of shut off
down.
level. And I
Yeah.
remember being back at the camp after carting the fucking tabletop back to the camp, and I was laughing so hard.
Yeah,
and
it
it was
was so
such a
funny.
great moment. And then he comes back, does chalk, and he goes, "Why is there a square?
No, why? No. Why is he sat on the square?
Why is he sat on the square?" Because I was like, take my picture on the rhombus. And not even a rhombus. I was just like, what's a funnier word to use? But like the fact that your brain went square instead of just what's that?
Yeah, the
Why is he
table,
on the
yeah.
square? And it was just a perfect mad end
We
to
were just so drunk at that
And
point.
then the square got passed around a bit.
did, yeah. And so
Just
when
to
you
go.
throw it, we
When
are
you
we
throw
are
it.
in our tent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why the
Pole had fallen.
The pole had fallen down
'cause
in
he
the
threw
morning.
it on our tent.
Ah,
And it was some substantial impact.
Yeah.
So good job it didn't fucking hurt one of us.
yeah.
Hey, you've already dealt with the square
Hey,
injury, all
And
right?
I tell you what, I certainly paid for my. You know the term like you're borrowing happiness from tomorrow when you get drunk. I was thrilled that night,
Yeah.
and what goes up must come down.
God.
And
yes, the next day was a.
Yeah, I
Hard
was on my ass. Woke up, barely got through the day, and ate some of the worst food that I think
That was-
I've ever had
that
at a
was
festival in my
terrible.
life. That
Yeah.
fucking
the fish and
Salmon.
fish burger with the sauce that I asked not to be on there, the salad that I asked
The
not to
dead
be on
chips.
there. I don't.
Terrible.
Oh God, awful. And then the fucking flight home. Oh.
Airports are shit.
It
man.
was rough in that airport, but we got a chance to listen
was
to
a
the
dodgy-
new Posty
it was
record.
a-
Yeah, that was the best
Yeah.
part.
It was a. It was,
And went in that massage chair, which is only €1.
It was great, apart from the hidden
the
surprise.
bum surprise.
But what a great weekend.
Yeah,
And
brilliant.
I've said this already. Like, obviously, there's kind of like 8 or 9 of us in there in our friendship group that we do this silly shit with. But there's something about this group where, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way to anyone else. Obviously, I got Mary's.
If you want to go somewhere and get fucked
But,
up
like,
and have a good time,
This is a group that I solely have just the best fucking time with. And if I'm going somewhere with you three, I know it's going to be like, it's always fun, but I know it's going to be like, because what else do we do? Rock for people.
Yeah.
We're kind of biased in that as well. I'm kind of biased in the fact that like the events we've done have been brilliant, but it's just great company. And I think we're a real good balanced group.
100%. Yeah.
Great at like,
We just
getting the
bounce off each other
footage,
perfectly.
being hilarious on the camera. Like it's great. And I'm really glad we did it. And, you know, will we go back? I mean, I'd like to. We want to.
I've been thinking about this, and I'm like, immediately my thought is like, yeah, it was fucking sick. But then you got the second time syndrome.
Yeah.
So
and
like,
that's why we need to really not repeat many festivals next year.
100%.
However, you know,
we're
who's
always
to say
open.
we can't have a familiar Tomorrowland experience, maybe a little sooner
in a winter wonderland
than the
you'd
viewers
say.
think. And do you know what? I'm probably more excited for that than anything else that we've got on the horizon. Well, without a doubt. And it's not even booked. It can't
Just a
be.
thought. It's just a thought.
But
that
yeah,
we're gonna
man,
do.
fucking so good was Tomorrowland. Blew me away. I think we got a great piece of content. Everyone did some great work. Great company.
It's a great watch.
Inside and outside the group. Great to hang out with Zoe. Great to meet some people there. We didn't meet. That's another good thing because it's outside of our comfort zone. We kind of left to roam of our own accord. Not too many people advising us on what to do.
Yeah.
And
you know what's good as well, because like people who go to those festivals don't know us.
No.
Like we had a few, but not like as many as we're familiar with. Like
it's nice to just be organic as possible, innit?
Yeah, and just be the fucking idiots. Like everyone's looking at us like, what a load of fucking idiots. And
God, they did.
yeah,
They did.
and like that's when
Great.
I know we're doing the right thing. If we're in a place where we're a bit uncomfortable and everyone's looking at us like we're fucking absolute bastards, then we're in the right place.
Yeah.
And we've got 215,000 views. So
Wow.
very proud of that.
Excellent.
Well done, everyone. Tomorrowland was a blast.
Yep.
Well, thanks everyone for coming.
Pleasure.
It's the end of the podcast. I've thoroughly enjoyed reminiscing on
Me too.
Yeah.
probably best weekend of the year, which is mad considering I wanted to leave on the Friday.
Yeah.
I obviously
You know
wasn't going to action.
It just goes to show, like,
You got to power through.
grin and bear it and get a pint down your neck.
100%.
yeah, have a drink. It'll sort.
Have a drink and shut up.
Hey, I tell you what, can't wait to listen to the Average Rob DJ set on Thursday in the van.
Me
Hell
too.
yeah, boys.
Me too.
We got another great weekend. You're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
You're going to have a great time.
Always do.
We've got a great... It is this squad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Plus Mary.
Plus
Yeah.
Mary.
Fucking hell.
No,
we go.
it can't be too efficient. I can't have it
We're
all.
pretty lucky, yeah? Well, thanks everyone for listening and for watching. We love you. Start recording, it says here. Just kidding.
Got him.
Cool, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. It's been
See you on the
wonderful.
flip flop.
See you later.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.